the networks, the connections are there. So we're not going to see any of those sort of compositions based around that healing. You can see, by the way, that these two teams have done this before because we are right into game. Let's kick it off, man. Hot zone, it's split for our first map of this second semi.
Yeah, interesting comps all over the place. We have a Rosa on Yoshi. We have Lena on Edgar, one of his most iconic brawlers. And look at this. He can win any fight up close with that healing capability. Actually trades this one out, but it's a two for one. That means that Clash are going to be still taking the lead and getting some comfortable positions locked down.
Yeah, I mean, that's a few moments when EXO free agents just can't get any capture percentage on their area. Lena, okay, that's tough. Yeah, Gale Force is going to shove him back against the wall. Curse has had enough of the emo boy shenanigans for the time being. Yoshi almost escaped the trick shot, but iChaos is going to make sure they complete the kill. YD able to play so close here to the Rico, and Chaos doesn't really want to risk getting hit by the bat, but eventually YD has to find a target. So far, they're attracting a lot of attention here, and it's very close. Only 4% lead for EXO free agents right now, but they've captured the right hot zone.
Yeah, that is going to be a really solid start for EXO. Curse on that Gale is countering Edgar so well. Every time Edgar just tried to jump in, he knocked him back. Oh, bit of a mistake. He goes down to the tick head. That's going to be huge for Clash. They have control now. Yoshi should be falling down, or he's going to survive with 300 health. But that means that Clash, they take back the lead. A push from Curse. He's low HP. Yoshi going in. Can they take him down? Lena falls. Guille is low HP as well. YD, can he find some value? Chaos falls. It's not gonna be over just yet, but Lena joins the party, gets taken out by Curse. Curse, can he get the double kill? Not just yet. This is a close one over.
A 96% and counting. Clash really trying to get a little bit close, but strong stuff from Yoshi as the flists go flying. Lena just trying to spend a little bit of time on the hot zone. 1% more, and that will be enough. Chaos just walks up and gets the job done. This map just seems perfect for this style of play from these two teams. Both just want to get in each other's faces here, and you can really see that happening with the Edgar versus Gale happening on the right side of the map, Teddie.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the very interesting dynamic that happened this game is that there was a slight lead for Clash, and EXO, they knew that they couldn't just take them out easily. They had to really commit, and that meant that there was pretty much a constant fight on that right zone for the end, because if they committed a player to the left zone, they would be, at a bit of a disadvantage. And the problem with that situation is that when you're fighting in a zone that you already captured, even if you are in control, you're not capturing anything.
That's
Your
right.
opponents, though, even when they just, the Edgar just jumps in, or the tick comes in with his gadget and is invulnerable for a second, that's extra percentages. That's huge for Clash, and that won them the game.
And that feels like that's why Gale's so important, right? Because as long as the opponents are standing in there, they'll get percentage. No Gale this time from EXO free agents, so it's the Mr. P, also the Jessie in the mix.
And Jessie is going to be interesting. Previous game.
Lena, that is so filthy. Pam is so tanky, but the healing from Lena, of course, the star power giving him even more healing just makes it impossible for even the tankiest of targets to handle him. Look at the jukes. Still, though, even in terms of catch percentage, look at Cursed. He's chilling on the left-hand side inside the bushes.
Yeah, that's a really solid start from free agents. Going to be hitting that 50% threshold now, as Curse gets taken out by Chaos. Chaos, quite low HP himself, will survive for now. He's going to be looking to heal up, but he's going to get pinched by Curse. That's an easy kill. But on the other hand, on the right lane, AC Milan Clash, they managed to take control for the time being.
Yeah, it's been really messy, actually, on the left-hand side of the map. The right-hand side seems a little bit more even, bit back and forth here. Lena sees a Robo Porter, frustrating for an Edgar, who has to walk up and actually tap it to get rid of it. Chaos, I mean, yes, okay, Rosa gets to create bushes. She can stand inside of them, but also so can her opponents. So now Yoshi can be fairly safe for the most part in here and try and continue that capture percentage now. 91, 92% for EXO free agents, and now they can focus all of their attention on the right part of the map, Teddie.
Absolutely. Gear staying alive for a long time. He's going to find yet another kill, but that's not going to be enough just yet. EXO free agents capturing. Lena jumping in. He gets melted down, and EXO free agents, they tie things up 1-1.
So you can kind of see why teams want to take the Rosa on a map that's otherwise really open. She can create her own kind of bushes, but again, it's not just her that can benefit from it here. What's the real make or break on this map? It looks like YD struggled to really get to spend any time on the right-hand side of the map, at least to start with. But then, once they got access, it really turned around.
Yeah, it was a very interesting situation here, because usually you want to put 2 players on offense, so towards the zone that's more in the enemy side of the map, and 1 to defend. And in this case, it just felt like the defense was not strong enough on XO, so they had to commit 2 players to it, making the offense a bit weak. But oddly enough, it did work out in the end for this game. The first one kind of fell apart, but this time, you know, in a 1 versus 1 against a Rosa, Curse managed to do just fine on his side, and then Pam and Pam on YD and Yoshi managed to you know, defend their own side as well.
Here's the respect. Chaos going to take a Pam as well. The Edgar, though, is still a big point of difference between these 2 teams. Chaos is able to deal with Cursed on the other side of the map. Gia is actually going to be able to find that kill. And good start for AC Milan as they can chill on the left-hand side. And Lenar is causing problems.
Indeed, and this is the reason they're picking Edgar. Just that ability to jump in even before you deal any damage. It's amazing. It's really great. And Lena is so good at finding those openings. He has just some sort of game sense that is completely unmatched in the pro scene at the moment. He will find opportunities where other people just can't see them or think it's impossible, and he will just continuously jump in, picking up kills, creating openings for his team to capture the zone.
I love that from Gia. Playing aggressively for a moment while he was lacking a teammate on the right-hand side gives Clash so much extra percent. They almost have the full capture on that side. Lenar went down briefly, so Gia uses head first to actually block some of the shots coming his way, and then stays on the point for even longer. 95 to 33. EXO free agents are getting rinsed right now, and Gia just chills on the point because he knows it's done. Map 1 goes to Clash.
Yeah, I want to point out how well Tick has been playing. That was Gia. He's been doing amazing on that brawler, and you know, usually you want Tick behind cover from a safe distance. He's been going straight into his opponents, utilizing that new gadget, and just being absurdly consistent at staying alive. And a great thing as well is that was well oiled. The Tick can basically just stay alive forever. It starts healing so quickly, and it's a great thing for this map. I really love the way they play him.
Right, so it's like you don't have to get out of the fight for that long to already get that health back. And of course, last hurrah, the gadget, right? One of the Tick's newest gadget means that, you know, you're invulnerable for a set period of time. So while Lenar, obviously being the fast brawler that Edgar is running back to the point to help fight, Gia can keep getting capture percentage for his team and actually stand on his own, where normally Tick just doesn't want to be in the firing line. I just love that understanding of the brawler that Gia can actually demonstrate here. And EXO free agents, I think, maybe wishing they'd gotten rid of Edgar at this point. I'm sure they know how to deal with it in theory, but the teamwork on that right side between Gia and Lenar is unmatched.
Yeah, it's so tough because Lenar, arguably the best player in the world right now, and he's so versatile. That's the problem. Whatever he touches, even when you feel like you have bands that are really good against him, he's just gonna come back with another brawler and show stuff that no one thought was possible. And that's the thing with Lenar. He's great consistently. I've never seen this pretty much in any game ever before. Someone that consistently just clutches up and comes up with ridiculous plays that you just you don't even consider them as possible sometimes.
So I'm getting the feeling that I'm not the only Mr. Lenar fanboy here in the
oh no,
commentary.
I'm the biggest fanboy. If we did a fanboy contest, I would win.
Listen, I'm not going to take you on. Are you kidding me? You have 5 times the trophies I have, let alone the fanboy. You've got a head start on me. I'll give you that. Hey, let's head now into Brawl Ball. Let's waste no time. It's sneaky feels. Plenty of bushes on this one.
And Curse on the Primo. Primo at the moment is pretty much considered as the voice brawler in the game for a competitive.
Okay.
Or around there. So that's going to be really interesting. He's going to jump straight into Lenar. Maybe there was a bounty on Lenar's head or something, and XO, they just really wanted him out of the picture. Going for the supers to take him down.
We have a moment. You have to explain to me why you might want to take El Primo on this map.
I think that for the most part, he's just going to try to snipe out those opponents. He's doing pretty well, but he can't stop Lenar as YD. Just, you know, not able to have enough damage output.
His head is so big. Sorry. So, thank you. I mean, you make a point. So he's trying to dive but he jumped on a Rosa with strong stuff. Like, it doesn't seem like there's a ton of great targets for Curse to go for.
Yeah, I think that a potential reason for this might be him expecting Lena to be on Edgar again and hoping that, you know, if they jump into each other, that he would win those fights.
Is he trying to break the boxes as well when he jumps in to sort of make it easier to shoot goals for EXO free agents? Or
Absolutely.
Is that just like a side effect of that?
Absolutely, and there's a great like play you can do with Primo where you can like shoot the ball forward and go for the jump when you have your super and basically just have an easy goal. Oh my god, that defense was so close. But XO, they tie things up.
Excuse me, Yoshi, the BM.
Well, you love to see it. You love to see it.
All right, strong stuff for Chaos there. Wants to pressure YD, who also has to use the same super, but they were looking to try and get rid of the Max. Lena, though, they make themselves scarce. They're pretty safe, and Curse just walks into a hail of fists as Chaos was ready to receive that one. Lena has to be careful. There's a turret at work, but it wasn't firing in his direction at the time. 23 seconds remain. It is a tied ball game. Here's the Sandstorm now. Curse lurking in the shadows, hoping to get the drop on one of these targets. He's going to go for the dive, and you can see the burning from the El Primo dive there, but I think it's Clash going to walk this one in gear. Makes it look good as they end that first round, and that will be a good start for Clash here on Brawl Ball, but how much can you really put down to us seeing El Primo there? Maybe if EXO had a chance to reconsider that pick, you think they might have?
I think they probably would have. I honestly don't feel like the Primo was the weakest link in that game. I think Curse did an exceptional job, actually, considering, you know, the Brawler is in a bit of a weak spot right now. He really made the most out of it. It didn't really result in a win in the end. I mean, it definitely didn't result in a win in the end, but I think it was a valiant attempt. And I honestly feel like it might be once again just expecting to face I'm losing my brother exactly, and Edgar again, and yeah, and trying to counter that. And as you see, now that he didn't face it, he is switching over to another brawler. But it's not really working out much better so far.
I mean, there is only one direction. There's one direction that Clash are going in, and it's forward. What a dominant showing for that first goal.
Yeah, that was a terrific start on their end. Curse pushing forward, does get slowed down. And that's going to be an easy kill for Chaos pushing up as well. YD trying to hold on the defense. Nice, too quick.
Okay, the Lena fan club gets a few more members and a very quick cleanup there on that second map for Clash. That was filthy. And you could just see, you talked about this, I think, already, Teddie. You kind of gave us the teaser. You said, hey, Clash, they're an aggressive team. They love closing the gap. They love getting in your face. It's a pretty unique play style. It looked like the kind of style that EXO free agents also want to play, but just don't seem to maybe some have the right setups or just the right positioning, because they get punished so hard after this. They looked all right. This is a decent little push here, but there weren't many moments of glory for them in Brawl Ball.
Yeah, it was a really tough set for them, to be honest. I think that they had some great ideas. I really do like the Primo, although it was a bit risky. I think those were some creative ideas. They just didn't really work out here. And that's going to be the thing with blind picks, right? You don't really, like, even if you know your opponents very well, you don't know what they're going to pick. You don't know for sure they're going to go for the comp they've been playing for the last 6 months on this map. It can always change. And that play from Nana is
the phase shift forward is so good. You
it's so pretty.
You hinted that was something that Primo can do, right? Can shoot the ball forwards, then super, then sort of pass to themselves. I mean, you saw that happen there as well. Being able to pass the ball to yourself essentially as Max and get that goal. That's the mechanical flair that we expect from the top Brawl Stars players in the world. I'm a fan, man. I cannot wait to see what we get from the rest of this series and that clash of styles, no pun intended, potentially waiting for us in the grand final. Gem grabs next. It'll be Ice Fort. Teddie, from what you've seen so far, do you really think that EXO free agents can hang and stay in this series?
I think that if any team can do this and get that comeback, that reverse sweep, it's going to be them. However, I want to say that Clash are playing out of their minds so far, and I don't even feel like they have been challenged to their full potential just yet. I feel like game modes like Hot Zone are definitely a bit on the weaker side, similar for Gem Grab, and so far they've been shining. they've been absolutely shining on those today. So I'm scared for XO.
All right, here's the start for Clash. Pretty messy, a lot of brawling going on early. Of course, the sprout in the middle of the map can be quite annoying as there's only so many ways to access the center part of this map. And yep, Cursed is dealing with that problem right now. They have to go the long way back. And in the meantime, the rest of EXO free agents look like they want to give a little bit of space here. They have 3 gems. They're happy with that for now. Chaos obviously gets shielded whenever they're inside bushes, which is huge. Cursed, oh my God, it's a big angry looking Rose. They're trying to charge forward.
Yeah, and that gadget is so strong, managing to slow them all down. And even though he goes down, that's so much control, so much time wasted on AC Milan Clash's side. They had to commit 3 players to take him down. And probably for like 15 seconds, they were just running and chasing him.
I mean, Symantec was doing something different for SK, right? Just pushing forward, creating space. And in this case, it allows Yoshi just to sneak on in, grab all the gems that they need and be done with it. Lenar's going to dive on YD there. He's going to be able to get away with it as well. Cursed is down, but Yoshi is the gem carrier. So as long as they stay back and stay safe, EXO are still in this with a chance.
Yeah, and here is where that early lead really comes in handy. Even if they lose control for a while, they don't need to go for crazy risks. Because, you know, they're not too far away from those 8 gems.
Yeah, didn't know where Cursed was. They were trying to find them with the briefcases in the bushes, but didn't connect. Still, 7 to 8. This is going to be a close finish. I can feel it. You can see Chaos is already setting up to try and give Clash the next gem or so pretty comfortably. That means that Yoshi has to try and work from the right-hand side now, and Lenar says, no, this is mine. It's 9 to 8. Gia has a refresh on the Robo Porters if they're required right now, but here's the countdown. Lenar's trying to back away. Yoshi dashes forward. Cursed trying to slow everyone down. Only Chaos was in a bush at the time, so they're the only one affected by that. EXO had to get aggressive. They have to do it now, Teddie.
Absolutely. Chaos swooped in and picked up the 11 gem. This meant that EXO, they can't just pick up 2 more gems and tie things up. That was actually a very interesting scenario, whereas usually they're very aware of that. It felt like they just gave Chaos a lot of space to go pick it up. So.
Yeah. I mean, Chaos was also slowed by unfriendly bushes at that time as well. Look at them now walking across towards the middle of the map. You see, it's 10 to 8. I mean, there was so much warning, I feel, for EXO to sort of know that he was coming, but YD got forced back so far by Chaos, even though he was slowed.
Exactly. Just this is where you see the importance for everyone to hold their own weight and do well on their own lanes. Even though he didn't really get a kill on YDE there, he just pushed him back enough so that when the opportunity came in for him to pick up that next gem, also not really risking anything, he wasn't holding on to any gems, so at least your gem carrying isn't going for it. Yeah, here we go, and it's pretty perfect for this matchup, except for the Colette, which is going to be a bit tougher to face. We'll see how that's going to work out for Lena. He's going to take a bit of a beating so far, and Curse is going to get the upper hand.
Okay, that seems tough for Mortis to deal with. Tell us about the matchup, the Colette versus Mortis.
Yeah, pretty terrible for Mortis, but Mortis is one of the best counters for both Mr. P and Sprout. So it's all going to be about managing his space well enough, and Curse, basically, as you can see, just chasing Lena forever.
Lenar trying to be sneaky, trying to be stealthy. Curse does not connect with that time to collect. And Lenar's going to dash forward here. Yoshi's going to get the shielding. Lenar, oh, he almost got away, even though the bushes were actually obscuring his path. Chaos is able just to snap up the rest of those, but I feel like Chaos actually wants to go forward a little bit here on Sandy. Yeah, they drop the gems. Gia has it now. Phase shift away. And this is what Clash want. They want the gems finally on their max. It changed hand twice, but now Gia has 6.
Yeah, that was a really clutch play from Lena. Besides that one, I haven't really seen so much value coming through with that pick. Just being able to get those gems really quickly and far away. But I want to point out that with both Lena on the Mortis and Guille on the max, that's a lot of mobility, and that's now 1 gem away from the countdown. They have center control. Lena picks it up. And AC Milan Clash, they just need to hold on for 15 more seconds, and they are going to the finals.
Oh, EXO free agents, their max is down. They don't have the ability to close the gap. Curse can maybe jump in with a time to collect, but yeah, no max means no deal as they try and get up close to Clash, and it's not going to be enough. AC Milan Clash will be your second grand finalists here in the EMEA March monthly finals. And personally, I couldn't be any happier because you've already got me excited for the matchup to come with a clash of styles. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I mean, SK and Clash are polar opposites. They play completely different, and their skills are just very, very different from each other. It's going to be an amazing match, and we'll see which one is going to take the upper